All right. So this is going to be a slightly different stream than you're used to. This, um, this is a stream to really celebrate the life of someone near and dear to us. Alex is in our middle screen here. As long as nobody joins or whatever, he should stay there. Um, but unfortunately, a few days ago, his wife passed away very suddenly. Um, an amazing, amazing woman. So we're here to celebrate her. Her name is Cheyenne Thompson. Um, I'll let some of the family kind of talk about her, and then all of us can kind of talk afterwards. I do want to say that we loved Cheyenne, all of us. She was part of our extended family. Um, yeah, and we're definitely gonna miss her. So
So something to add to that, Brandon, before we get started. Um, Alex, I had a friend. It's been quite a few years ago. He passed away himself. He took his own life, which is one of the reasons why I don't like talking about suicide.
Oven
However,
is working now, okay?
fortunately, I got to have a conversation with him. I don't know, 3 or 4 months before. It was kind of a laugh thing, and he was like, listen, if something ever happens to me, this is how I want things to go down. I want friends and family to get together. I want you guys to joke before my funeral, before the tears, before, the explanations, before the grieving. I want everybody to have a happy time and a happy place so that you can set yourself up for that situation. I feel like that's what you're doing yourself. To the viewers listening tonight, Alex actually requested this himself.
yeah,
I think is honestly the only reason we're doing it. So this is 100% in honor of Cheyenne, and 0.2% in honor of Alex.
yeah. Um, Alex, you're a strong man.
Yeah,
Oh, brother. Skull.
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 Oh.
I think we've all gained a lot of respect.
Yeah,
A lot of respect, a lot of integrity from what we've seen Alex and Anthony and Drake and everybody going through here. Emilio, yourself,
Brittany,
yeah,
Brittany,
my wife.
yeah, spouses. I mean, friends of you guys, family of you guys, people that I haven't ever even, met. A lot of us, to everybody kind of tuning in, a lot of us have never actually met in person. I feel like we're two divided groups, right? You guys, you have your half, and us here in Indiana, we've got our half. We've met, which was also on a super sensitive situation. Um, but over the past year and a half, we've come together, and I mean, you guys are as close to family as me
yeah.
as I've ever had. So, with those words out of the way, I'm gonna let you guys take over and say what you want to say.
First, I really wanted to thank everyone who joins in, who hears this in the future, who just is patient with us through these times. A lot of you may not have known, and even some of the guys in the group may not have known, but I think I've actually told you guys. I lost my wife. I lost my unborn son. We were really nervous, but really excited. Shy, when she was pregnant with Luca, was the most cautious, careful person that I think I've ever seen in my life. Even going so far as to just avoiding things just because she heard a rumor that it wouldn't be good for the baby.
Yeah.
It was really sudden. It was a really bad night for all of us. And now more than ever, I'm asking for my brother's support. Just trying to get through this. I got little Mr. Smolak right here.
Hi, Smolak.
And for everybody, this is little baby Luca. You've seen him on the stream a few times. If you listen to the recording, you've heard him screaming and crying here and there. This is the face behind the voice.
He's the most joyous baby that I think I've ever met. He's got energy that would rival a nuclear reactor, I think.
Yeah.
I always said he was a mini version of Jackson.
He's at a tender age to where a lot of this isn't going to register on him for a long time, and it's going to be a different kind of hurt than I don't know how to prepare for.
It's installed.
I just kind of want to talk about her a little bit because, and I know a lot of you guys maybe not had the chance to have any sort of one-on-one conversation with her. I know Brandon messaged with her occasionally. But she was truly, I think, one of the brightest people I've ever met in my life. She welcomed any person as a friend. She was the most forgiving, she could see the best and the absolute worst of people. She really appreciated this and what it's done for me. And it was really important to her that I was able to join you guys as often as I have been, and to be able to do this kind of stuff, because she knows it was a huge release for me. But it's not just me that's hurting tonight, it's the whole family. And it absolutely breaks my heart for everybody, because as much as I hurt, I know everybody else is hurting, and I know I got to be strong for myself and for Luca, but I feel like I need to be strong for everybody else, because it's what Shai would have been trying to do in my shoes. Yeah, I really wanted to thank you guys for kind of coming together with me tonight on this. I know it was really short notice. And we're working right now on getting a memorial thing set up through my bank.
Yeah.
I got some really rough days ahead.
Yeah.
And to everybody listening, for the following weeks, we're actually going to be posting a link to a memorial service for Alex and his family. Those will be posted in the title. We'll have a link along with it. I'll come up with that myself, Brandon.
Yeah.
Alex, get me whatever information you need to get. And we're going to run that for probably the rest of Laugh Out Loud, right?
Yeah.
However long,
yeah.
And can I just point out something real quick? And I just noticed this. You said it was really short notice that we put this together, and every one of us showed up.
Yeah.
And I just want to point out that that just shows how much of a bond we've all formed across the country, because we love you guys so much.
Nightmare nights usually when we're playing D&D, because there's 10 of you fuckers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gonna keep track of who's trying to do what and who's yelling at us. And
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Were we playing D&D, this would be a nightmare. Trying to keep track of
I'm officially moved in, so I will be able to join more, and I'm so happy. Like, I know that we're taking our break,
man.
you know,
Yeah.
but I
Awesome.
couldn't. I was
Fantastic.
like moving from my house to my dad's house, and now from my dad's house into my house, and it's just been.
You've gone through it. Drake's gone through it. Brian's gone through it. Anthony's gone through it.
Yeah, we all did. Just like
Nate's gone through it. Nate decided to end up in the hospital for the first
that's
6
true.
months.
I saw that.
We were live.
Yeah.
Walk in the park.
Well,
but
roll for you.
I don't know about much walking.
Shut up.
I was gonna say
Damn it.
I'm glad I could finally get on and join and, you know, be here for this too. I'm so happy for that.
I agree. Alex, brother, thank you. Thank you for
Mhm.
sharing, your story over the past almost week now. Um, I know we've got a group chat to everybody, and we all participate fairly much daily. Um, it's been kind of rough not hearing from him the
Yeah.
past few days, but
Understandable.
yes, completely understandable that we haven't. Um, on this note, we've got Anthony and the screen just to the left of him,
Yeah.
and his gorgeous wife Brittany. I'd love to hear from them any comments that they would like to make.
Difficult.
Yeah.
And trying all day not to just sit in it and let it kill me. Because I wouldn't want that.
Right. And I think that's more what everybody's thinking about right now, right? Is what she would want you guys to be doing, right?
Yeah.
Even though I'm hurting very much so for losing my sister, my main goal is to make sure that Alex and my nephew are good because we love him and we want him to be okay, even though there's no way to be okay. That's my main goal, is to make sure that my brother and my nephew are okay.
We've been most of the week is with Alex. We've been trying to help and do what we can. Try to be
And I
the big
think
brother to Alex that I always was to Shy. And we were already brothers, but me and Shy had a special friendship. Like you meet that one best friend you had for the rest of your life, and now I don't have her anymore.
Alex, or Anthony, sorry, what your wife touched on, um, that's a really powerful thing to say. She lost her sister, as much as Alex lost a wife and you lost a best friend.
My sister
So
is Brittany and Tessa and Debbie. Known her since she was 10 years old. Watched her
right.
grow up, graduate high school, go to prom, all that.
And those are all loving memories, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's what we're here for tonight. That's what Alex called us here for, is a celebration of life and happiness. You know, um, it's a really dark time that you guys are going through right now. But look back on the past, you know, 23 years of happiness and light and love, and how much she brought to the table for you, how much she gave for you.
She, I've got to say, and I really want to say I'm blessed to say this because I truly am. I found something that a lot of people who can be married for their whole lives never found. She was truly the love of my life, and I believe she was my soulmate for every ounce of every bit of my being. I just want to kind of remind everybody, because there was a really sobering reminder Saturday that tomorrow's never promised, that it could happen to anybody at any point in time. And just to hold your loved ones tight and truly tell them how much you love them. You could think you're saying it too much, but I can tell you that sometimes that you're going to wish that you would have said it more. My little one's been running around the house screaming for his mommy. When he gets really upset, he'll talk to her just saying mommy, mommy, mommy over and over again, not screaming. It's really hard on him. And I know he knows what's going on, but I know he doesn't have the words to use to explain it. It's just not fair.
Nah, man.
But she really loved every bit of what we were doing with this. She loved the fact that we were all just so close and all seemed so similar in so many different ways. And no matter what, I'm not going to quit playing with you guys. I need to continue this, if not for myself, for her.
I agree,
Yeah,
man.
you're
We'd
not
love to
supposed
have
to
you
meet men
here.
online, but you're the only men I met online that I like.
That's the truth.
That was
Shout out to
beautiful.
farmersonly.com.
Drake, do you want to share
FarmersOnly.com.
any memories?
I was getting ready to say, like, let's all, you guys that really knew her in person, can you guys share like your favorite memory?
Yeah.
This is one of mine.
Oh, from your wedding.
Wedding day. Shy is
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
middle.
We've all seen that picture so many times in the chat, through Facebook, through scrolling through these guys sharing.
Yeah.
I've seen so many pictures of that wedding, and to
We have
anybody
all
viewing
the
that
people
doesn't
there
know,
getting photographers for us. And then we just compiled all of the pictures from everybody into a Facebook album.
I love that.
such a cool wedding idea. They ditched, the typical tux and gown and went for the full Batman theme, right?
Superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Justice League-ish and a little bit of Watchmen, some Marvel. Everybody there. with their
Superhero,
costume
super
of some
villain,
kind.
kind of. Yeah.
I was Rambo.
That's awesome.
It was. Drake was Rorschach for the wedding party, and then a penguin for the rest of the night.
Nice.
I think one of my favorite memories
Have a
of
mouthful.
Cheyenne.
To drink.
What?
Rorschach didn't have a mouth hole. I needed room to drink so I could be a penguin.
Yeah, I remember
But
that.
Landon ended up being a detective with his Rorschach hat and jacket. for the
That's
rest of the
awesome.
Nice.
I think one of my favorite memories is us going to the lake. We went to the lake quite a bit, and I remember I never really put sunscreen on, and that would get Cheyenne in trouble. And I remember I was like, "Dude, you're gonna get blisters." And she's like, "No, I'm not." She's like, "I'm Mexican like you." And then it was like the next day, her freaking shoulders had like 3 blisters on each side. We were just laughing. I think Drake was there, and I can't remember if it was Drake or me. One of us poked one, and we were like, "Told ya." And she got all mad. And
You're like, you're not built for the heat.
smacked our sunburns that we had.
Oh.
So that was funny. I remember that. Because then we had to coat ourselves in mud to like keep the sun off of our
Yeah.
skin. It was fun.
That's funny.
That's awesome, man. And like Nate said, you've got all of us that felt like family, but we weren't truly there. So these stories are great.
Mhm.
I've got 100,000 questions that I was going to ask when we all meet up in person. Like, what's her favorite music? What's her favorite color? Alex, how did you guys meet?
So
Where'd you go on your first date?
we had a very non-typical romance. So I originally actually met her through my best friend. They had dated before we did. And I love him. They weren't meant to be whatsoever. I kind of think that they were just in each other's lives so her and I could meet.
For sure.
He was a chicken shit and wouldn't drive up to go see her by himself. And she was living with some friends, and when we would go up to go visit her, he would be talking to everybody else because he's just this huge social dude and feels like he needs to talk to everybody that's around him except for the person he's there to be for.
The girl sitting in the corner writing in a notebook or drawing a picture.
She was very
and not talking at all.
She was very quiet the first night I met her. She barely talked to me at all. I think she kind of was looking at me like, who the fuck is this weird dude just sitting over here? Like, why the fuck did he have to bring a friend up to come see me? And once her and I started talking, we just clicked in a way that was the most beautiful thing I could ever imagine of actually having happened in my life. At that point in time, I was going through some really rough shit, and so was she. So we actually lost touch for a little bit after that. And this is where it becomes a little more non-typical. So I actually tried following her on Instagram, and she blocked my follow request.
Oh man.
And instantly messaged me and said, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't realize that was you." And so we started kind of talking after that, and we talked for a few weeks before I'd actually even moved up to where I'm living right now. And the first weekend I told her, hey, I'm getting ready to move into this house, and I mean, would you like to come up and, kind of help me get moved in and everything and just spend a weekend with me? And I said, there's no pressure to do anything. I just want to hang out, and it'd just be nice to have someone up here with me. And she said,
trust me, I'm no Ted Bundy.
Yeah, right. And there's something.
I don't need to make any chili this weekend. I just need to move my stuff in my house.
She damn. So we were together for maybe a month of her coming up to come visit me, and then her dog, or our dog now, Arlo, the people who sold him to her never dewormed him, and she didn't know that, so she kind of just went along with it. And long story short, he got better and he had to stay with me, and she had to go home. I said, oh, I've got him. Don't worry. And she calls me every night just checking in on him and wanting to talk to me. And we'd have 3-hour long conversations until one of our phones died, or unless one of us was busy, or, something was going on or anything like that. And we just spontaneously just messaged throughout the day. And about a month into us being together, and I know at the time it pissed every one of her sisters off, I said, hey, why don't you move in with me?
After a month?
He rolled a 20 on his persuasion.
Talk about the first time Shai introduced Alex to me, because it's against Twitch regulations. The conversation.
So yeah, I will give a tasteful editing.
Yeah.
So we've talked about worse. Let's be real.
You're
We're getting close to being Twitch banned.
It was one of the first days I'd actually ever really gone to hang out with her after we had started dating, and she'd stayed with me for that weekend. And I was on my way back through from my hometown to where I live now, and stopping through to visit her on the way there. And we were hanging out for a little bit, and I was late for work, and I said, oh, fuck work. I can spend time with her right now. And we ended up with Brittany and her sister Tessa in the back of a car, and we were driving out to Walmart originally to go get, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Britt, wasn't it slushies?
Probably.
From the Walmart gas station.
Yeah.
And Brittany said, oh, I need to stop by Arby's. I gotta go talk to my husband real quick. And we stopped by, and Anthony kind of threw his arm over the hood of the car that I'm sitting right next to the door, and kind of put his arm around me and said, whatever you do to your to my sister, I'm gonna do back to you.
Hi-oh.
And I think that's about as tastefully edited as I can say.
Yeah.
And I'll throw it in the chat for you guys what he actually said.
Please.
And I promised him right then and there that I would never do anything to hurt her. And I did my ever best to do everything I could for her and take care of her the best I could. She was very stubborn, didn't like to drink water when she was told to. She was very
Yeah.
Literally
I
have
say
to text her every single day
Literally,
to
like
drink
7
water.
of us every day would text Shy to drink water
Yeah.
and just send her gifts of people like throwing water at their face or sticking their head inside the drinking fountain. Yes.
And she would tell you this, and I think I've come up with a little bit of a good way of saying it. She had a very spicy personality.
Oh yeah, she did.
I
I remember hearing her a few times in the background hopping in.
Oh yeah.
That shit, I had to pause just to laugh.
True. Brittany and Cheyenne were almost lookalikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah,
pictures
for
where
real.
they're right next to each other and look so goddamn similar. It's insane.
Brandon, we don't have the ability to throw up photos right now, do we?
I can screen share, I think.
Yeah. He can
I
screen
was
share.
curious.
If you
he
screen
sent
share,
you a
I
few
have to
things,
make some changes, but I'm more than happy to do that too.
Yeah, just
give
kind
me
of
just
throughout the
one.
course of the conversation so that people know what we're talking about.
Give me just 1 second. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this off of my phone. Oh yeah, I
no,
found
you're
it. Okay.
fine. Alex, while you're busy, man, I'd like to read just a couple comments out of chat. I know you might not be able to see them right now. So we've got somebody saying, sorry for your loss. I hope you're doing the best you can. Thankfully, you seem to be surrounded by people that care dearly about you. Doc, he is, man, he is for real. Aside from us that you see here, there's a whole network of people that are helping him out, helping out everybody that's close to each other. They seem to really be clinging to each other. I got another comment here that says, I'm sorry to hear of the loss. I hope the gathering here tonight helps and those around you support you during the tough time. Make sure you take care of yourself and lean on those around you for support. It's not shameful to lean on people for support in the tough times. And to all of you guys, like I said the other day in the group chat, you know, it takes all the drops of water to fill the ocean, right? It's not up to one drop to complete the whole. And I plan on each and every single one of you. I know Alex needs a lot right now, but everyone else, you know, needs a little bit of water too. So as things pop up, as we're having bad nights, and we think of Shy and, you know, bad thoughts arise, feel free to reach out to us. Feel free to reach out to anybody. One of the reasons I love doing this is because she sounds like such a loving and caring person. She loved the group. She loved the community. She loved what we were doing. She loved that Alex had the chance to be there with us, right? So one thing that I'm proposing is kind of a mental health check-in. No matter how we do that, no matter where we do that, whether that be a video call between our own private group or we bring in people from outside of the community. We all just get together, we check in because it's so dear to everybody.
Oh my Are you okay?
Aww.
Yeah.
Channel on the Discord as well.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. If you're having a bad night, you know that there's that network of people behind you, even further beyond our group. You know?
I wanted to say real quick that I appreciate everybody's well wishes.
Yeah.
It really means more to me than you guys, I think, know in this time, especially. I've had to have Anthony do a lot of the talking because I'm really overwhelmed with everything right now. Today was the first day I didn't have anything to do, where I was just kind of sitting here, and thankfully my dad came up to come visit me, and a really good friend, longtime family friend. But I definitely want to do just a mental health check-in. I think that would be amazing. I think that would be amazing, especially because the kind of person Shy was. She'd check in on you if she even had an inkling that you were sad or something was going on, or just even if she thought you might need a friend in that moment.
Right.
Yeah, I think.
Right. And I know. Brandon, go ahead.
Cheyenne. So, I got a message from Alex last year. It was, we had just started Laugh Out Lore around that time, and I think it was around my birthday. He asked me who my favorite anime characters were, and it was kind of out of the blue, and I just told him, and in the mail I'd got some paintings from Shy for my birthday, and I just wanted to share them.
Yeah.
I
forgot about those.
I remember that.
So
That's
she
cool.
hand drew and painted 3 different paintings for me for my birthday. We had never met in real life, still haven't, unfortunately. But she, a complete stranger, personally, to come out and just share the love of her art with me. And through Alex, she would, show off some of her artwork, and you could always tell Alex was so proud of her. He would send it to me, and I'm floored by her creativity. You could always see the love of the art that she put in to everything she did. All the pictures that I've seen her do just blow my mind.
And let me add, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but let me add that she's never been artistic. Like, that was not her forte until she started painting to help with her anxiety and kind of release some of her trauma, I guess, as she started to heal from the past. That's when she really started getting into the art, I believe. And she became phenomenal at it. So,
and what a great way to do that, right? Like Brandon just showed those paintings. I know I went to the Art Institute, but Brandon has been working a long time on his sketches and things like that. And I know Alex would show those to his wife, which probably spawned the art conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. So I know whenever I first started sketching, it was to kind of get closer to my oldest. We don't have a whole lot of common, but she loves to draw. And unknowingly, it has helped me through a lot of stuff like I think it did Shy, where I was able to draw out my feelings when words didn't have enough meaning. And I'm not good. I am not good, but it helps.
Don't be so harsh on yourself, Brandon.
I did do Anthony reached out and asked me to do a drawing for him. And I did, and I wish I could do better.
It is gorgeous, by the way. No, let me point out.
It's fantastic.
I've seen everything. I've seen everything that you posted, and Brandon, that is by far your best artwork.
I did spend
a
lot of
emotion
you did
in
it.
it. Yeah.
See if I can
It's a
find
one of a kind. Brandon Wright did it.
I love it. And what kind of thought that went into it, right? I wish we could put this picture up right now because it's
you just did.
When you talk about a one of a kind piece, yeah. when you talk about a one of a kind piece, right? We've all seen angels, we've all seen halos, we've all seen wings and banners.
But you never seen it with a pickle.
How many
Right.
pickles? How many pickles do you know flying in heaven?
I know too.
You know, too.
Yeah.
Right now.
And I guess we should probably let's touch on her nickname. Her nickname was Pickle.
Yeah.
I don't know the backstory to this, so I would love to hear how her nickname came about.
I'm so excited for this.
Sure, that's a good. Yes, this has to be a great story.
Oh, okay. We'll start with this. She didn't like to cuss,
Yeah.
so she would use other words to replace them. So we lived in these apartments actually right across the street from us now. And one of our best friends lived in the one across the hall from us. So we often went back and forth between the apartments. Well, we're standing in the hallway of there, and she comes up to me and says, I have this big butt pickle on my face. She meant a big ass pickle, but she said big butt pickle. So she's been pickle ever since that. That's been
Oh, that's great.
Oh my god, that's fantastic.
That is better than I
10
could have
years
ever
now.
imagined. That
I
is
know.
fantastic. Oh, I
That's one
love
of my
every minute.
favorite stories about her because, and I think Britt and Anthony Britt, Anthony, Emilio, Drake, I think all of them really agree with me. It really reflected who her personality was.
Special guest Lando Calzone in the chat, sending his love as well. Uncle Alex.
Thank you, Landon. I love you, buddy. She was very self-proclaimed about this. She was very ditzy. And in the best of ways. She had her own little ways that she'd say words that she had a hard time with, and I keep coming back to it, but she didn't ever say Wisconsin. She said Wisconsin.
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 And so many
That's how
times
us in Indiana say it too.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah.
You
It
know.
is.
Yeah.
The guys in Indiana, we don't have no idea what to say anything.
I mean, let's be real. Wisconsin is hard to say. So,
like Indiana's really hard to say.
Yeah.
So okay, going
Damn
back to the
Hoosiers.
Wisconsin thing, the first time I heard her say it, Jackson was maybe 2 years old. He didn't really talk at this time, but I kept telling her it's Wisconsin. So here comes Jackson. He's like, it's Wisconsin.
Damn.
You just got corrected by a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
There's definitely
It's
a few
pronounced
things
Wisconsin, not Wisconsin.
a few things I kind of want to throw out about her. She was an absolutely amazing mother.
I felt that from hundreds of miles
Yeah.
away.
She loved
like her goal in life was to be the mother she never really got to have.
Yeah.
She was just one of the best of us.
she loved all of her nieces and nephews and cousins and everybody to such an extent that it consumed her. She was just such a loving person. And I can't even, in my heart, I can't even say she was, because she still is.
Yeah.
She just
I kind of
happens
like,
to be a 2-year-old blonde-headed boy now.
yeah, yeah.
And man, one thing I want to point out, Alex, I want you to continue. I don't think we've touched on. She unfortunately was taken from us at 23 years old, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 23. A lot of us sitting here right now in this conversation have lived, a decade past that. And to me, myself, it's like, God, looking back at 23, like she had so much opportunity. She had so much to look forward to, even just up to where I'm at and Brandon's at and Nate's at. Man, God, I couldn't imagine.
It's definitely not something I ever thought I was going to have to do.
Yeah.
we had a lot of talks about this a long time ago about what would happen if we lost each other before, and what would happen if. And the one thing that she always made me promise is that I would always take care of myself and take care of Luca.
Yeah.
And more after Luca was born, but that we would take care of our kids and never let them forget each other's memory if that were to, for whatever reason, ever happen. And I don't know that when we were having those talks that we would have ever in a million years been able to have the foresight for this to happen. And it was truly sudden. It rocked my world, as I'm sure most of you can imagine. But I want to share something that happened the night that she passed away. And I'm not going to push religion on one person or another. I'm not going to
No, brother. Please
question
do.
anybody's spirituality, what they believe in.
Please do.
I had a dream about her the night she passed. And she looked so peaceful and so fucking beautiful. And I felt an incredible warm light. And I felt her. And I held her. And she kept telling me she loved me and that everything was going to be okay. My dad looked over at me while I was laying there sleeping, and just to check in on me because I stayed with him at a hotel room. And he told me I had my arm wrapped over. It looked like I was wrapped over trying to hold someone, gripping so hard that my knuckles were turning white. I really think she's still here with us in one form or another.
Yeah.
Even if it is in Luca or if she's just kind of hanging out to make sure that we're okay. But she was the most loving person in the world, so I'm not at all surprised that she's still here.
That's powerful, man.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for opening up and letting us in. I know that takes a lot of vulnerability, so thank you for that.
I also want to thank Shy.
Yeah.
Having having a toddler does not free up a lot of time at all. I know, been there. Some of us still going through it.
You've been there 3
but
times.
Sometimes you have a person that is overjoyed that you found your group, your people so much, and that she once or twice a week says, "Go, be with your friends, do what you love to do," and a lot of people don't have that.
And what kind of love does that take, right?
Exactly. She
To
cared
be able
about
to
your
step
well-being
away.
to the point where she wanted you to be happy, even if it was just, a brief, short amount of time. Shooting the shit with us, because that's pretty much what we do when we play D&D. We have fun, and we get to be silly without a care in the world. Screw Twitch regulations. We went for it anyways, and it was amazing to see how happy you were, and the fact that she got to that point where there was sometimes she was actually kind of just sitting with you, and we would hear her laugh at some of the stuff that was going on, and it just that memory of her just laughing next to you as we're just doing some asinine whatever is ingrained in my skull. Like it will be forever.
I gotta tell you that one of her favorite moments in all of our D&D I don't know even how to say it. She really liked the horse dick. She thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I also love the Alex Asleep song.
Yeah, the snore remix.
She died so
I
hard.
forgot about that mix.
Let me play that for you guys.
The next morning after that, she sat there and she's like, So if you look, did you go back and watch any of that last night? I said, oh, what do you mean? And she said, you fell asleep really hard and you
Yeah.
were snoring really loud. And then the next day I'm kind of looking into the D&D chat that we were in at the time. And I seen an audio message from Brandon and it fucking killed me. And she sat there and she's like, well, at least they care enough about you to remix you, babe.
Yeah, and speaking of, let's give a little sneak peek to all of our viewers of
This is
pre Laugh Out Lore audio. So this is before we actually formed Laugh Out Lore and played together, where Anthony or I was a DM. We played with another group. Unfortunate circumstances that didn't work out, but it helped fire our love for D&D. So we started this group. Here's what we caught, and I decided to remix it.
Yeah, I'm already laughing.
All right, here we go. I mean, it mixes so well.
It does.
If you're all
Dave
interested in the
was
full
here.
mix, I can post that anywhere you want.
It was so hard to finish that session.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
Because all you could hear was
feel
Alex solid
free.
logs, man.
Feel free to
When you
put this in your
get some
Twitch
lyrics.
videos, your TikToks.
Yeah, let me
post
sign
it
off on the
in-
rights on all of that. You can use that
I'm gonna use
Creative
that
go.
Commons,
intro
man.
to my Twitch. So when, instead of other music, it's just gonna be Alex
Yes.
snoring.
You know what? In fact, I may change Laugh Out Lore's intro music to that.
The waiting music.
Yes.
Yep.
Beautiful.
We go to the
Yes.
bathroom. That's the music they hear.
Oh man.
Hold on one second,
We
guys.
need some more piratey music with the snoring for
Oh, I know.
Okay,
Yeah, I got to
man.
remix some pirate in there. That would be awesome. I actually have a guy who is an actual music producer. I told him about that story one day. He's a coworker of mine, and he actually wants to remix it with his touch, and I'm super excited to hear it
Yeah, sure.
because obviously, you know, everyone has their own blend. So I'm really, really interested in how his take of Alex's snoring. But man, that was so funny that night, and his response to it of the remix the next day was even better.
I wasn't even so when.
Yeah, you weren't there yet.
No,
wasn't-
when
I
I
wasn't
joined
either.
in the group was I think a couple months after that because you
Mhm.
guys were still in your old campaign with your
Yeah.
old group when that happened, right?
Yeah, because I remember you sent me a message. So this is
Yeah.
we were still doing Nerd Jab
Yep.
at the time.
Yep.
And
That's when me and you talked about.
yeah, and we
kind
had
of
started
branching
talking about getting together and playing D&D because we had talked about it on air. In fact, me and Joey and Justin were talking about starting Tabletop Noobs is a
Mhm.
project we wanted to start, and I started talking about D&D. And I remember you had sent Joe a message about wanting in on D&D.
Yeah.
And then after the falling out of towards actually the very end of our original campaign where Brian, Alex, and Anthony and I all first met, and Chris, I don't think you were part of that campaign, but you wanted in because you were in on the chats.
Yeah, because we were a group of
I
dads.
knew
at that
about
one.
it. I knew about it from a friend, and then that's how I got to meet you guys.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
me and
through
Bud
that
started
mutual
playing
friend.
Apex together because the guy that DM'd that campaign introduced us through Apex, and then he was
Oh,
like, "I
wow.
want to play D&D." I was like, "Okay,
Yep.
like, we're about to start up this thing, and I think we got room for one more guy.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to be a dad for this one. We're just trying to play D&D."
Yeah, we were
And I
a
was
group
like,
of
I'm
dungeon
fucking
dads.
in.
Yeah. And most of us, I'll be honest, when we first started Live Out Lore, I had no idea what I was doing. Honestly, I still don't.
Mhm.
I still don't.
We still don't know what we're doing.
Well, I mean,
Curtis is the resident expert, and Bjork is gone, so I think we're shit out of luck.
yeah,
now.
pretty much.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
all fucked.
The
now.
adult's
You're all fucked.
gone. Fucking
Yeah.
Bjork's gone.
Malak
We
is
are
Once you meet,
gone.
fucked right
once you
now.
meet the new
That has a
character, you'll
vendetta against
understand.
an already dead zombie he controls, and a dragon that might be semi-retarded.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not that dumb.
He
Hey,
just
I
wants his
hold
just
on.
daddy.
make some dumb decisions, okay?
Hey, Dragoon just wants his daddy. That's what it boils down.
Yeah, Dragoon's got daddy issues.
Yeah.
once you
Dragoon got a
guys
lot of
meet,
issues.
once you guys
Don't
meet
make Nylar
Bjork's
come out.
replacement, you'll understand how bad you're fucked.
Yeah.
That's just a little sneak peek preview to anybody listening.
No,
into
because the
future
the
of
night
the
that-
Ultima campaign.
Bjork pulled his butt chug was probably the
Oh no. Oh my
that
god.
that will never top anything at the moment.
I don't
But
know. Him,
Bjork-
him trying to leg wrestle a little kid, a
See,
little girl.
Okay.
That wasn't
top
me.
three.
That was Anthony. That was Anthony.
Uh,
No.
Yeah.
No,
no, that was definitely you.
Bjork definitely tried to leg wrestle the little girl
I tried
in
to
the
do
bar
it, but he made it
day
weird.
one.
Yeah. So my
That got
top
us
three.
kicked out of the tavern before we could even get a quest and start the story.
Or we even did anything.
We were still in the fucking tavern. The beginning tavern.
Day one.
And Bjork decided he was going to try to lag wrestle, because
Yeah.
that's how he said it, lag wrestle, an elf. And if you know anything about D&D
I didn't
and
know
stuff,
she was 7.
she was quite
He was
young.
12.
But in elf years, and this is his rationale, because I remember him saying it. I didn't know how old she was. Elves don't age well, and so he was like, he wanted the leg wrestle, and then the girl ended up being 7 years old, and the looks they got was hilarious. And in the oh man, it was a few episodes later, good old Alex, aka Malak, wanted a one night stand with Chastity, and ended up proposing the next fucking morning.
Yeah.
That threw me for a fucking loop. I'm like, shit, what am I supposed to do with this?
That was actually.
I mean,
that was
that was
actually
a good persuasion.
It was.
That was
You know.
for my wife's joke
Yeah.
a little bit. So she was actually sitting there the first night when I joined in and was playing
Good night,
Malak,
Bjork, that's Steven.
and when Malak slept with Chastity, she was like, "Okay." She's like, "You gotta make an honest woman out of her now." And I couldn't keep my shit together, and I was like, "Oh, that's too good. I gotta do it."
Yeah. Well, you
Better
did
give
it.
her that sugar.
Listen, this speaks to the man that this guy is, right?
Yeah.
Even in a fantasy campaign where Bjork's like running rampant and butt chugging beer out of vases and
Yeah.
slamming hookers and shit. Alex is like, listen, this woman got with me one night, right? I have to die with her now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Malak never seen that day.
It's true.
But little, I don't know. I don't want to get too distracted with this, but there's a new character coming from me.
Yeah.
When we get back to some sort of normality, or whatever our new normal is for right now.
Yeah. Speaking of, let's touch base on that real quick. By the way, we have 15 viewers right now. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Thanks,
said
guys.
19.
Oh, wow. Okay, 19. I'll go with that. Thank you guys for listening in. A couple things. Right now, we're on a hiatus. We need time to heal. We need the time to support our family and our extended family. Feel free to join our Discord if the bot ever starts working again, or if you wanted to chat with us on Discord, hop in. Normally, you can do ! Discord and our Twitch chat,
I'm
even if
gonna
we're
look
offline.
it up right now and put it.
Yeah, I just recently put it in. Actually, I'll put it in the chat again.
Okay.
Our bot is broke. I had to paste that.
It just brought it up in chat when I typed the Discord command.
So if you want to send some support there, feel free. Right now, you guys got a lot going on, so we will pass on the word, your guys' well thoughts and everything through in case they don't have time to check Discord.
Yeah.
And we will be sending out links for the memorial fund for Alex and Luca, to help him through this rough time. And Alex, I wanted to kind of talk to you about this in the future. Originally, I was going to have it as a surprise end campaign, but I think this is kind of fitting. We're kind of mixing our our fantasy life right now with the real life. In honor of Shy, I want to make a statue. And the statue is going to be indestructible. And there's going to be a statue of Shy holding Luca in one arm and a paintbrush in the other, with a halo over her head that seems to magically float and glow, as well as her womb lighting up as a heartbeat inside. And
I love that, Brandon.
this
Thank you.
is something that, when you push your ear to the statue, only your character will ever hear this. No matter what character you are, you will hear both heartbeats as they beat forever in yours.
I love that, Brandon. Thank you so much.
We love you, man. We love all of you guys.
We love,
Love you
too,
guys.
Alex.
Love you guys.
You guys.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Even though we're miles apart. Well, days apart.
Yeah.
Days.
Literally.
Days.
Technically, we're all just a plane trip away.
That's true.
I don't do planes. So
Oh,
I'm
man.
We
driving.
can stay there.
Don't worry, Chris.
Take a train.
I'm
It
It
not
doesn't
really-
drive
Car-
either, so it's a
car
long
ride.
walk.
We'll call the
No,
horse
nope.
and buggy for you.
Nope, I'm driving. I'm driving to fucking Monk's house, and then from Monk's house, we're driving to you guys. We've already decided this.
Or we could just all meet at Monk's.
Just meet up.
Yeah,
It's kind
I-
of
Mondays at
halfway.
Monk's.
Close to the
Hot
middle.
air balloons.
Anthony's basement is pretty set up for D&D.
Boom.
Yo, what's
Yeah.
good?
We'll call the sugar horse for you.
Give me that sugar.
Give me that sugar.
Um,
Start pop locking.
Yep. Mushroom stamps across the face.
His pompous laugh again.
Block duck.
Guys, one thing I wanted to offer tonight as we're doing this, I didn't realize that it was going to be live streamed until a few minutes before. Fully support it. Love Alex for requesting this. It's something that we've talked about for a long time. It's kind of a bad circumstance that this is what brought on kind of the mental health chat in our network. But we've heard a lot from Alex. We've heard a lot from Anthony. Brittany, you don't have to. I'm not requesting you to. I just saw tears flowing, and I love it. It shows the love, the passion. I was just wondering if there's something you could share for us. Just kind of wrapping up, you know, who your sister was, what she meant to you, you know, your past, your history, the present.
Well, we grew up pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
And she was actually a rock for me. I mean, I'm the oldest, so I had to kind of take on a lot of their burdens. And as we've gotten older, Shy and I kind of took a healing journey together and, you know, tried to support each other in that and whatever. And I'm going to fucking miss her. But on a lighter note, she was the goofiest person I ever met.
She made me laugh so much because she'd be like, "Did I just do that?" And I was like, "Yeah, you did." And she's like, "Oh." She just like walk off like, "Oh."
Yeah.
She's so funny.
I think one of my favorite things that Brittany has told me 1,000 times, and it always just, it clicks with me so much, is that Shy was one of the most sweet people ever, but was also one of the most unexpected shit talkers ever. If she had a problem with someone and she was just venting, she'd sit there and just talk so much shit just to get herself to feel better. And then she'd always feel bad about it, depending on the situation, I should say. Kind of immediately being like, "Oh fuck, I shouldn't." But
Dude, man, I love it so much, man, because it's like, from what we've gotten so far, and it's been a year and a half, and that doesn't sound like a long time. But I call you guys family, and I truly mean that.
Same.
Like 100%. We've got a spare room in our house. If anybody ever needed it, you're welcome here.
I do not have a spare room, but I will buy you a hotel room because first off, I always got so many freaking dogs here, but
Spare.
Brandon's like, I don't have a spare room, but Curtis does, and he's like 30 minutes down the road.
that's true,
so.
actually, yeah. So
If you go that way and you want to drive 2 hours up to here to me, I got an extra room.
I don't have a spare room, but I like to cuddle, so.
But no, for
I'm
real,
gonna take you up on
Shit,
that
I
offer
like to
then.
cuddle.
Yeah.
It's been a 1 hour conversation so far, and I've learned so much. We've all talked about meeting, like actually in person and getting that time to sit down and hang out and express ourselves. And I feel like I'm getting a little bit of that personality right now through the conversations that we're having. And I can't wait to hear even more about her in the future, because I want to understand. One big thing that I've heard a lot in the past few years is that behind every great man is an even greater woman, right? And I feel like with Alex and his marriage, that's exactly what I'm hearing. Alex is a brother of mine. He's so good. He's so great. He's such a good father. He's such a caring person. He's devoted to every single thing that he does, even on this podcast. There's times where he's going through some shit. He's seen a bad fucking week, and he still shows up, and he's still fucking, Malak. It's not an easy character to play, right? But he does it, and he nails it, and it's fun, and it's exciting. And behind him is that woman that's pushing and driving and motivating him to come in and do what he loves and do what he likes. And I hope so much, Alex, that you continue to feel that drive and feel that passion and feel that love that she had for you, and use that as fuel and use that as a motor to keep going, right? Because she's still here next to you. She's sitting right in the chair on your side. She's sitting next to me, next to Anthony and Brett, next to Drake, next to Chris, next to Nate and Brian and Emilio. She's right here with all of us, listening and watching and probably laughing.
I'm
if
so
I had
glad
to-
you didn't say my name because I'm not wearing pants and that would be awkward.
I left it out.
He knew you weren't wearing pants. He just
Yeah, he knows.
yeah, that'd be a little awkward.
I wasn't gonna announce it live. I was gonna wait.
I'm telling you, Brandon, you're making this weird. Put your pants on.
Oh, that's one thing
Yeah,
we have to talk about, Alex.
That's what's weird about this.
She's probably actually not able to talk, and she's just blushing uncontrollably.
Yeah, so
Yes.
Shy did not like to be put on the spot or ever
Not at
talk
all.
about sex.
Well, here we are.
She was turned 3 shades red If put on the spot.
if you even mildly mentioned anything filthy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh
Oh
God.
man.
Oh God.
Oh, how
So-
did she listen to us?
I hope she never listened to the podcast, right?
So Anthony,
To check the
Anthony,
Brittany
a lot.
approach. Why do I need to listen? I can hear it live.
That's true.
Anthony, with a lot of my characters, has always said kind of like, "Oh, I need an adult. Where's Malak?" Well, Brittany and Anthony know this very well outside of D&D.
Yeah.
My entire mission was to make Shy laugh and smile. And I really liked making her blush and turning her the brightest shades of red that I possibly could. So I'd just say things completely out of the blue that would catch her so off guard. She'd stop and her jaw would drop. She'd turn bright red. And I think it was one of the first times I think I grabbed her butt in public that she turned super bright red. I kind of, we were at Walmart, and I think she was with her sisters, and I had split off to go grab something real quick. And she was just a little bit further behind everybody else pushing the cart. And I kind of just ran up behind her real quick, grabbed her butt, and kind of lifted her a little bit. And she went, "Oh my God, babe."
Oh my God.
I can compare it only to cartoons where the redness just slowly creeps across her face. And
Yeah.
she was so,
That's the absolute best.
through all the horrible shit that's happened in her life, and she was still one of the most pure and innocent people I've ever met in my entire life. Just how much she had such a love for life that I'm really happy about, that she was able to have a happy life.
That's so solid, man. That's so solid. That's so powerful because, a lot of us don't experience that, as long as we live,
Yeah.
I feel like it's taken so much time for even a lot of us here right now to experience like true happiness and true love and true well-being. And God, dude, the fact that she got to live that, every day, that's a miracle itself, right?
I kind of want to take just a second here at the end of this. I'm not quite ready. I don't think we're quite ready for it yet, because I definitely think there's more to share. But definitely take a moment of silence for her.
Yeah.
I agree.
I do have a picture real quick I'd like to show.
Okay.
This is going to be from the day that we had Luca. It was actually shortly after we got to the hospital, and she was just got put into her gown and was sitting in her bed, and we were getting ready to go to do this. So I'm gonna real quick. Oh, only the host can share in this meeting.
Let me see if I can.
Yeah, send it in the group chat.
Yep. I'll be probably sending a couple pictures over.
For sure.
Yeah, I'll set them as my background, I guess. That way it's in full view.
And as we're doing all this, it's really weird. It kind of sucks. But I've lost a lot of people. I've said a lot of words for a lot of people that are close to myself. So I feel like I should share just a couple words right now. So let us all know that Shy is not gone, right? She's right here next to all of us. She lives on with all of us. Even though, half of this group is hundreds of miles away and we've never got to share an actual in-person interaction. What we've done through the past hour has really kind of brightened my spirits and I know the rest of our spirits. I couldn't imagine carrying the burden of those that are close to her, that will live on close to her. Um, and I truly admire the people that live close to Alex and close to Luca that get to see him grow up. Um, they get to see him, go through his toddler years and go through learning how to speak and all of the things that she doesn't get to share with him. And I hope that we all get to share those experiences with him through Alex, through the group, all the way into elementary and middle school and high school. And, whether he goes to college or not, I hope that we all stay together. We all stay close. We all love each other. We all stay family and support each other. Um, oh my God, that's a gorgeous picture. I just saw it.
Yeah, I'm putting it on.
You're so mad at you right now, Alex.
I'm putting on
I'm
the
blowing
touch
up.
screen so you guys can see.
I'm blowing up chat with everything I got right now.
Yeah. But just to carry on, because that's all we can do. We can't build from this point, right? She's not here to build with us. The best we can do is just carry on and carry on who she is and carry on her emotional drive and her love and her spirit and her contact, and keep all of that with us. And remember that every single day, though you might miss her, right? She doesn't miss you. She's right next to you. She's with all of us. She's in your mind. She's in your heart. She's in your spirit. We've brought up a couple times in this stream itself about religion, and religion doesn't really play a part. It's the feeling of being loved and loving others and loving those around you. And man, I've never met her in person, but God, dude, it sounds to me like that's 100% everything she was about. It's just loving every single thing around you, being respectful, being modest, right? So let's all continue to love each other, be family, take care of those around you, and really show compassion to everyone you know.
Yeah, and I say it at the end of every stream, not because it's what I want to be known for or whatever. I say it because I mean it. And honestly, before you guys, I didn't really think this way.
Yeah.
But it's, be kind to each other, do something nice for someone tomorrow. But most importantly, here's, what I want you guys to focus on right now is love each other. Most importantly, love yourselves, though. It's sometimes it's hard, and this kind of goes into our mental health checks. Sometimes it's hard to love yourself. Sometimes it's easy to love someone else, but not love yourself. But really strive to be loving towards everyone. Strive to love yourself. Because we all know Shy did. She loved every one of you guys. She loved us through Alex, even though some of us may have not talked to her personally. I have one of my favorite pictures he's sent over so far up right now, where you can just see the love in her face, holding Luca up.
Bigger.
Almost,
Yeah.
yeah, almost the same size as she, which is even funnier. But you can see the love that she had and that she has, because that love doesn't go away.
That's a match when she tried and changed him.
I also love this picture, and I know it shows her username, so ignore it. But she is such a beautiful person.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful person. And Brittany, I'm looking at that, and you guys look so similar. It
Yeah, you guys
I know
do.
Nate knows this. He's seen my girls. They look very similar in a way that you and your sister do. Like
Yeah.
the the facial structures, even someone like down to your eyebrows. Like
They would
it's
visit. Me and Alex would always get confused as to who was talking to who, and they would just yell out "babe."
that's
They
awesome.
sounded almost exactly
Oh,
the same.
the
Is she
time
is she
Anthony and I
summoning me
Just
or
yell "what," and one of them would be like, "Not you." And, oh, okay.
Clarify.
That's funny.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times we were sitting in the kitchen and God, it'd be like me and Anthony just for a second, and Shy and Brett would be off doing something else, and they come in and yell, "Babe!" And Anthony and I both just pop up like, "What?
who?
And I've also heard though that Anthony and I kind of sound similar when we're yelling across the house.
I
'Cause I
could
can
see
tell
that.
you so many different times I've yelled, "Hey, babe," and I hear Brittany go, "Huh?"
Yeah. No, there's
And
times in the
same for Shy
campaign
and
when one of
Anthony
you
though.
talk, and I'm like,
Yeah. So I
who
have
was
issues
that?
with that too. You guys sound super similar, especially when you're in character, because you guys have similar ideologies with your characters. So Henry's much different. I'm talking about Trucka, because Henry's not the same. He
It was
is
a clown.
something else.
Yeah, you guys give us trust issues.
Yeah.
I truly have trust issues from those two characters. But it's getting good.
I just posted the newest picture Alex sent over, and Luca's face. I'm gonna see if I can blow it up some here. He is cheesing so hard.
That's awesome.
He his mommy a
That's who
lot
his mom,
when
man.
she would look at him and just get this real, she kind of smile and close her eyes and smile real big and wide with her teeth for him. And so once he started doing that, we decided to try to capture as much of that on camera as possible.
That is awesome. I love this.
And man,
I got to share one real quick. This is the last one I think I'm going to send for right now. This is one of my all-time favorite pictures of our crazy little family.
I get a sneak peek before any of y'all.
Yeah, right.
I know.
Right.
See, Alex doesn't post a lot of the pictures he takes, so when Alex has pictures that he took, nobody else has ever seen them.
Right.
Shy took pictures with everyone and took selfies with all the kids and posted them all over the place.
I've seen this picture. It's
I
on the
have too.
slideshow.
Yeah.
This is so great.
Luca, sorry off topic a little. Luca looks like my buddy's kid in that photo with the squishy face.
That's awesome.
He's like, oh my God.
That is so great.
Too much love.
I made a meme out of that picture, but we'll save that for the chat.
Yes.
I think I still have the meme, or Alex does.
Perfect.
If I don't have it personally on my phone, I guarantee I can find it.
That's awesome.
I saw it the other day. Look for it. And...
Okay, I swear to God, that's the last one.
Nah, man, keep sending them, man. We love it.
This last one that I sent was the last picture that I had with her.
Yeah.
It was Friday night, and she had told me in the morning she wasn't feeling so hot and was kind of tired and was really worried about how the day with Luca was gonna go. So I called, and a lot of you won't know this, and maybe even some of you guys don't know. I work for my mom. We're a family-owned company that I work for.
Yeah.
And so I real quickly, I kind of called my mom and said, hey, you know, she's not feeling so hot and she's going to kind of need me today. I was like, is there any way I could work from home? And I'm fortunate enough to have been able to spend a whole day with her, all day Friday.
That's amazing.
And a good majority of the day Saturday, with her, just being together and without much of a care in the world. And we
Right.
had a dinner that she'd been really looking forward to. We watched movies, we hung out, and we talked, and we played games together.
And you made Oreo pies.
And we made her famous Oreo pies.
Oh,
That sounds amazing.
And it seemed like just another normal day when we woke up on Saturday.
yeah.
And I miss her a lot.
Man.
And I know Brittany and Anthony do, and I know Emilio does. I know Drake, even though he's not in with us right now, I know he misses her. And I have a different perspective on life now that I had never really had prior to this. I think sometimes in life we kind of forget that we're not immortal, that not everything's permanent. But
Alex, brother, there's something I've been wanting to share with you for like the past week. And I know Brandon knows a lot about this. I think Anthony's witnessed it a few times before. So I grew up, my father passed when I was really, really young. So young that, I really only have one or two memories of him. And I'm sure that's how Luke is going to grow up the same. And my mom kind of took on the role of, mother and father, both. And I know that was a huge burden on herself. Um, but she continued on. She continued on. She did strong. She really carried that burden. And dude, I hope so much. I hope so much to see you do that for yourself. And know that she didn't have the support behind her that you do. Um, and dude, man, like going through that myself as a child, I understand what he's going through. I slept in my mom's bed till I was like 9 years old, like an unhealthy amount of time. Um, but dude, whatever you have to do, whatever you have to do to show the love to that child, to show that you're there, you're playing both roles. You've got such a loving and supporting family behind you. And I admire that so much. And I've gained so much respect for you over the past week, so much compassion for you guys over the past week. Yeah, look at him, right? Oh God, sound asleep through all of this. But man, I just want you to know, don't see this as a burden on him. It might suck right now. He doesn't know where mom's at. I went through the same things, and luckily, I was 6 years old. I was old enough to understand kind of what was going on more than he does, but he'll understand through time, and he'll understand the love that you have for him and the love that his family has for him as to, what happened, why it happened, and why he's grown up with the support that he's grown up with.
And I know I've
Yeah.
said this, all of us have said this in the chat for actually not just you, Alex, but Emilio, Anthony, Brittany, Drake, even though I think he's driving to the hotel. when we say let us know if we can do anything, we mean it.
Mean it.
Absolutely.
You're all going through a lot, more than anyone ever should. And even if you just want to share stories, if you want to send pictures, something that just reminds you of her, share with us. We want to be there for you guys as much as we can, as often as we can. If you just want to get on a call and just be like, can you just sit with me? I think actually, Curtis, I think you said this. We can just sit together in silence. We don't even have to say anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Just know that we
and
are
I'm dead
there.
serious about that, man. You know, if I know I miss a lot of calls, that's my fault. I've got a lot of things going on in my own personal life. But I mean, dude, like even look at the support that you have right here within our own channel with all these videos open. You know, you start a call, somebody's bound to answer, and you don't have to sit and talk. You don't have to explain to us the shitty things you've gone through that day.
Yeah.
You know, dude, I'll answer the call while I'm sitting here playing some Fortnite. You can just watch me doing that.
Yeah.
You know,
all you have to do is answer.
Together.
I've sat many a night and with some of my best friends and just sat and just, hey, just want to sit and talk or not even just talk, just sit
be there. Just
as far as we are from each other, we can sit and watch a movie together, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
In fact, there's actually
I'm all about sitting there just talking and staring in silence.
I think there's actually a Discord function now where we can all have a movie night and we all watch the same one.
Yep. I do that sometimes on Saturday afternoons.
Yeah.
I've got a buddy that'll broadcast a movie and everybody can sit in silence. There's a text channel if you want to talk, but man, that goes out to everybody, man. You know, like Alex, brother, my fucking heart's out to you, dude. But anybody in here, even in chat, even in the podcast afterwards, because I think we're gonna broadcast this, right?
We are definitely moving it over to YouTube.
That's fine.
I'll talk to Alex about if he wants it as a podcast.
Sure.
I'm cool with that
but
too.
to anybody, pop into the Discord if you just want to sit in a chat and watch a movie. I'll pull something up on Netflix. You know,
real easy to just pick something. And
and I also, obviously, even if you guys just want to say hey, like just get a response back. Know that we're here. You can just send an emoji, a thumbs up, or actually, what is our thing right now?
Yeah, bet my words in the Discord. If you go into the general chat, you just say hi.
Oh yeah,
somebody will reply to you.
Yeah,
like I will super hardcore mad freaking binge watch anime with you, dude. Because I love anime. Sure. I could binge anime for hours.
Listen, I'm gonna hold you to that. I got One Piece to catch up on.
Let's do it. I'm in the middle of One Piece.
Are you really?
Let's go.
Nice. I am.
I love One Piece.
I think I'm like episode 176 or some shit out of 1,000.
Yeah, I'm at like 600 or 556. My daughter's like keep it count. She's like, Dad, you're on 557. I was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
There's still 14 movies to watch on top of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
man,
it's the longest running.
You know what you're doing in 2022.
It's the longest running anime right now.
No.
If I start now, I'll be done by the time I'm 40.
So I actually had a talk with Shai about this a few weeks ago about what the longest running anime is.
What you got, Bo?
And
Dragon Ball, right?
It's called Saze-san. It's hold on, I'll tell you exactly how long this has been running for.
But the longest running that was actually aired in the States.
So yeah, longest aired in the States, but the longest running anime series of all time with over 2,500 episodes to date.
Season 1.
2,500.
It began in 1969 and remains on the air each Sunday evening to this day.
Wow.
In Japan?
Yep.
Could you imagine?
Holy
dude,
That
shit.
good. If it's been running that long, it's got to be good. So now I'm gonna go
It's
check
gotta
it
be
out.
good.
you
Now we gotta watch
imagine
it.
creating
I know,
watching
gosh
it,
dang
like,
it.
There's no way you could ever catch up on the story.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
well, I guess it depends on
Yeah.
how long is are the episodes?
I'm gonna.
Somebody
okay,
do
wait,
the
yeah.
math.
Yeah,
I'm
Emilio,
sending a screenshot real quick to the
to the chat.
do the
group
math.
chat
Perfect,
of the
because I want
actual
to check
page.
that out. Because that, like you said, it's got to be good.
It's got
By
to
the
be.
way, challenge
Yeah, but
accepted.
could you imagine the amount of that?
Challenge
Like, dude,
accepted.
I'm sitting here wearing a Critical Role
Oh, I know,
hoodie
man.
right now, and it's like I'm not even caught up on the first damn campaign they did.
Oh.
Like,
See,
we're on 3 now.
I cannot get into Critical Role. That is
almost.
just not my
There it is.
forte.
I got
Mark
my
Dragon
Vox
Ball.
Machina.
Like the one I go for, the podcast I listen to is Laugh Out Lore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Machina. I don't
Or
know
that
if you
that
can
and it's
see
called
this
Critical
without me
Hit.
actually taking it off, but
Oh yeah. I got mine through their Kickstarter. So mine actually has like crew member on it, which is kind of cool.
yeah, right.
He's an OG.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gee.
Now I will say
Okay.
I came late to the D&D game. Like I didn't start playing D&D
Oh,
until
dude.
I'm super late to the
3
D&D
years?
game.
Brandon, I don't want to hear it, dude. You know who got me into D&D?
not me.
You.
No,
did.
Anthony
me,
got me
you?
into D&D.
You.
you.
Because Joe was
You!
Joe was talking to me. No, because
Soldier
Joe
boy.
was talking to me, and he was like, "Hey, like I got my boy that plays D&D, and we should do some tabletop fucking games." And I was like, "Dude, that sounds super cool. I love Monopoly." You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Risk is my shit. And then I got in contact with you. Me and you talked for a hot minute.
Sorry.
I think we actually came up with the whole laugh
We
out
did.
lore concept.
Yeah. So that's actually
And then you're like, I've got all these friends I can pull into
Yeah.
this.
because before we were like right at the end of Shane's session.
Yeah.
Because we
Yeah.
were
No,
all
you
fucking
guys were
tired of it.
bitching for a few months.
Yeah.
but
We
not
were
to
just
bring
done
that
with
up,
the
but-
session.
We were done, and I remember I
Yeah.
was talking to
After
you,
I
Kurt.
shot
Kurt.
Kills
someone
me
in
so
the
quick.
face and they didn't die, like he was like, I magically stopped the bullet for
Yeah.
him to go kill himself. And
We
put
were all
himself
trying to
in a
off
fucking
ourselves in
can.
that campaign.
I
Yeah.
remember that night. I remember that specific night. Anthony was
Oh, he was heated.
I remember when
Angry.
we fought a Demigorgon. It was like my first fucking thing, and I fucking died instantly. I was like,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
what?
Like
Yeah.
it brushed against
Come
him. and
on,
he
man.
falls
That's the thing.
dead.
Like, yeah,
R.I.P. Bazgul.
he's like, did a 15 hit? And you're like, nope. And he goes, oh, he just passes by. Guess what? You're dead.
Yeah, well, guess what? His
I think that
wrist
was one of the
off, dude.
nights that I think that's the night that he was Alex started snoring.
It probably
actually.
was.
One of those nights.
That tells you how exciting
so
it
the
was.
night- The
Not
night
to
that we
air
were
this
playing,
live
we were
on air,
fighting-
but I guess I already did. But you remember when all of you guys decided you were done with that campaign, I popped into his live stream
I do remember this.
just to get myself banned. It
Oh,
was like the ultimate troll.
But
The
then-
ultimate-
You were hitting on him hardcore.
yeah, the ultimate troll. I loved it.
the best part is he came back, like a month later? Like right when we started to Laugh Out Lore.
Yeah,
Because we had maybe done our first or second episode
had
total.
no idea who we were.
Yeah, and he had no idea. But then we hopped into one of his streams and found out he was reusing all of our
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah, because I was
Yeah.
watching it and I was
Same
like, yo,
story
guys,
and, like,
he's using
everything
our
we
fucking
built
characters
in
right
it.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Was
if
pissed.
anybody
By
from
himself.
Friday Night Dice is still listening, this is the thing that goes on in social media D&D, right?
Was he playing with himself?
No,
Our
he
characters?
had
No, he had different people just playing the
Using
same
our
stuff.
character. Oh,
yeah, he
Yeah,
used
he
our
used
characters as
It's like
NPCs.
NPCs. And,
Yeah, he was NPC in our
Like
characters.
the booze and
Oh,
brews
oh,
bar, he
that's
was
so-
using all kinds of stuff.
Our
Like,
Booze
he-
and Brews bar. And
He literally
everything.
named
Yeah.
because remember how we named the bar
Yeah.
Booze and Brews? He reused
yeah,
the
and then
whole
we came
bar.
out with a Booze and Brews T-shirt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually we sold one the other day.
Yeah.
The other day, we
We'll
did.
sell another because I want it.
It was Shane.
It
Oh,
was
that'd be
probably
funny.
Shane.
That would be funny. Oh,
But
man.
no, man. God, dude, I love this night. I want to say that I needed this night, but I really didn't. You know, God, dude.
It's.
I definitely
this
needed
night a
this
lot.
night.
I think, honestly,
Been nice.
We all did.
I haven't been able to talk to anyone just because I've been at my dad's, and if anyone knows my dad, I know Brittany probably knows my dad the most here, and he is very. It's hard to do anything in that house, and so I wasn't even able to show any emotion. I couldn't talk to anyone because he's just crazy, and I really am glad that I got to be here tonight and talk with everybody. And
I'm glad you're here too, man.
It's good to see your face, dude.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
It has.
Yeah, and I know you've been busy with school and stuff too, so you've been going through a lot.
Yeah.
I want to thank all of you guys for being there for Alex.
Yeah.
And for Luca.
Yeah.
I don't know where I would be personally, and I know this goes across the board for a lot of us, if this group hadn't been formed. You guys were there for me when my mom died.
Yep.
And I remember Alex reaching out many times. Actually, all of you did. But then I got a message from Shy as well, saying how sorry she was. And we didn't talk all the time. I would try to remind her to drink water a lot. But all of you guys helped me, and now I want to do the same for all of you guys. So I mean, Brittany, I don't think we're Facebook friends, but if I add you, don't block me. But seriously, just
told me you weren't. That's why you never see anything he posts.
Yeah, we're not Facebook friends.
You're already blocked.
I may be blocked. Oh, I'm gonna check now.
You might be. It was that one post last year.
Yeah, probably. Or she's seen one picture and she's like, "Ooh, that's a creep."
Oh God.
Oh God, not that.
Gandalf, no.
No.
Some weirdo's messaging me. Oh, it's just Brandon. Don't worry about it.
I did send her a message the other day when you fell asleep, though. I think the Christmas episode.
We don't need the specifics. Let's just.
He was out.
That was great.
It was awesome.
Oh, I'm so sad I missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Full on.
In fact,
knock back, laying there.
I still have the picture.
I'm pretty sure you do.
Dude, we have so many pictures
away,
of like.
So that's what counts. I was like, "Yep, we won. And he's definitely dead."
We have so many pictures of Anthony sleeping though.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We're just like, wait till Brittany comes down. We have to watch this.
The message I sent her was, "We're just we said we're done. We're just watching him sleep." Super creepy. Yeah. We were just gonna watch
another 40 minutes of content.
Brandon's like, I can wait. We're like, no, we want to watch this. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
I can end it. Don't.
Leaving. Fuck that.
I'm gonna put the picture up right now.
Yes.
All right, where is it at? Now we're gonna have some Inception shit going on, but zoom within zoom. So if you guys look at the stream, I actually look at Chris's face. He is cracking up.
I was dying. I was laughing so I couldn't help it because we were literally laughing and talking loudly.
Oh, it was so funny.
At points in time, you watched him.
Yeah.
He can fall asleep at a party. So
hey,
Super
sometimes
dad
we have one from last year too when he fell asleep.
I don't remember if I still have that one. This one's the more recent. Now, I was hoping to capture his snoring because I really wanted to do a remix with his snoring and Alex's together.
Get a double remix.
Yeah.
Oh.
That would have been sweet. But unfortunately, I was like, guys, quiet for a second. I was like,
Lando's got you on blast right now.
He fell asleep sitting straight up once.
And tells me the Thanksgiving story every year where I fell asleep on the porch right like directly after dinner.
I mean, that's acceptable.
That's
Yeah, that is.
That's
yeah,
a
dude. I
reasonable.
ate chicken wings the other night and almost fell
Landon,
asleep.
come and tell them the story.
Oh, you want me to tell them the story?
Yes.
Oh, there.
What's up, Lando?
He's like, I shall tell.
This is like the Inception piece.
He was hiding back there,
Yeah,
just
he
waiting
was
to tell
waiting.
the story.
Right, he's just the creeper outside the bedroom door watching us.
Well, Keith's like, Mom, get out the way. I got a story to tell.
from out there.
No, I only came over because I heard Mom talking about you falling asleep at a party, and I remember that. So, it was on Thanksgiving, and it was like, I think it was 11, and I'm laying on the couch right next to him, and I took my eye off him for like 30 seconds, and when I looked back, he's just like slouched over, passed out.
Man. Hey, when you're tired, you're tired. Okay.
Do you see where
You
you
eat that
messed
much
up, though?
Thanksgiving dinner, you just kind of fall asleep where you're at.
That's true.
You're
Can't
like,
take it.
yep, it was fun, guys. See you tomorrow.
But
Can't take your eye off of him for 1 second.
I
You
know.
just gotta.
so
Anthony has fully fallen
concert
asleep
at
in one of
Coors Field one time with my mom. She was pissed.
where?
She's like, "Are you bored?" I was like, "No, I'm just tired." So I took a quick nap.
Acceptable.
What you got, Alex?
Anthony
It's my
has fully
superpower. I can
fallen
sleep
asleep while we
anywhere.
were talking.
Hey, I definitely feel that
Face-to-face
sleeping.
conversation, passed out talking.
I was talking to. I had invited a girl over to hang out, and like we were watching movies together, and I decided to like just sprawl out on my couch, and she was like, "We're just watching." And I remember like shutting my eyes for what I thought was like 2 minutes, and then she like wakes me up. She's like, "Were you asleep?" Like she just like tapped me. I was like, "No." Because like I was still in the same position. I didn't move. I was like, "No, I was awake." And then she's like, "Oh, really?" And she shows me a video, and I was like, "Oh," snoring loud as hell. in the
He
middle of
woke
the
up and all
movie.
his shit was gone.
That's what happened to me. Yeah.
He's duct taped in the couch. That's why he's still in the same position.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Motherfucker, I'm
And-
not even there anymore.
And you're missing
She's like,
I
the
don't
"Am I
remember
boring?"
that ball gag at all.
She's like, "Am I
Gimp
boring?" I was
suit.
like, "No." I was like, "I'm just tired." Like,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. If you're tired, you're just tired. You gotta take a nap.
So-
Right.
So for those that don't know, Brandon and I have been friends for a quarter of a century now.
Yeah.
Which
It's a long
sounds
ass
really
time.
weird to say out loud, but I actually I can still do this. I am the same way. I can fall asleep anywhere. These assholes used to, when I would fall asleep hanging out, they would get about this close to my face and scream like, "Ugh!" I'm like, God, oh man, I was so pissed. They
It
thought it
was
was
awesome.
fucking hilarious. They
It was
they would
hilarious.
just get a fucking kick out of
was,
it.
it
was funny.
hilarious.
It's because
It
of
was
it's
funny,
hilarious.
right? It was funny to them,
Yeah.
but oh my god, yeah.
See, I have trust issues with Alex DMing though. You know what I mean?
Oh, for real. He
This
is.
man had me tied up in a gimp suit, man.
I loved every
Did that
minute
to
of it.
yourself.
It was
That
so
was your own fault. I remember that.
I vaguely, I not even vaguely, I really seem to remember you guys saying I couldn't throw anything out that would surprise you.
Oh, that we were wrong.
And so every
Way
time I heard
challenge.
someone say,
I
"Oh,
remember hearing that too.
you're not gonna be able to surprise me. I got these and these stats," and I'm like, "Well, hold on a minute there. It
You're
doesn't
like,
have to be your character that's surprised."
As I pull out a big ass rubber dildo sword.
That turns into a gold sword,
Yeah. Yeah.
gold cock sword.
That was.
golden cock sword.
I was wrong. I will fully
Yeah.
admit that.
was it
Or the-
blunt
or
or was
We
it
all
sharp?
still owe Chris
Oh,
an
was it-
apology for
Oh, it's totally blunt.
derailment of his Halloween campaign, but
Yeah.
we're not going to give it to him yet. That's just a little payback from the rest of us for
Oh, for real though.
all the things
Oh.
Brock definitely
Hey,
did.
have you
What
seen my
is it?
That
face?
Halloween campaign was so much fun, actually. The one that I was a part of, if that's the one we're talking about, that was awesome. That was so fun.
No, that was
The Friday
and
the 13th.
Friday the
I think.
13th.
yeah, Friday.
one.
Yeah, that's what that
Yeah.
one was.
Oh,
I
that was
missed the Halloween.
that
one.
was awesome.
That Friday the 13th one was so funny.
That
Oh my
almost
gosh.
felt like a movie.
It did. It
Mhm.
did. It was like hitting quick play on a D&D night.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
I
I remember
think one of my favorite things from the Christmas one would have been, I think, the new mechanic that's going to probably be implemented into our campaigns, which is plot walls.
plot walls.
Yes.
Dude, legit best invention
That,
I've
oh
ever
my
heard
god,
of.
that was fantastic.
Oh man, it's like, oh, you jump up and you bounce off, and
Plot
Well, can I tell you guys that where that came from is not even close to D&D related.
Even better.
So I don't know. There's this game called Gary's Mod. I don't know if you guys have ever played it. It's kind of a sandbox physics games that was made by Valve.
You said Gary's Mind?
Gary's Mod.
Okay.
So you can, do all this random stuff, and there's people who have created textures and stuff, so you can download maps and things like that. So if you don't have the item downloaded that's in the map, it'll pop up as this big red, fucking circle kind of deal with the line strike through it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Or if a texture's not loaded, it'll kind of load all purple and black checkerboard kind of looking. And I sat there and I thought about it because I used to watch a lot of people who played a lot of Gary's Mod and did their own little funny moments kind of deal. And there was this one group of dudes that I watched at a time, and they were like, "Oh, plot wall."
That's awesome. I think that's the best invention ever, and it will fully be utilized in my campaign.
You can also use the big red plot armor.
Ooh.
If you guys would have went down the tunnel that I had set up that was actually supposed to be the entrance, there was a character with very heavy plot armor.
Didn't we just break through a big ass wall?
Yeah. You guys technically got dropped through a chute for corpses.
Yeah. A fucking chest. I remember we were stuck in the same spot forever because we were afraid to go in the chest.
Yep.
You know what?
Well, it took us what, 4 episodes to move 50 feet?
No, you're still. So in mine right now, you guys have moved actually, the last 3 episodes in mine, you've not moved
If it
at all.
wasn't for teleporting to different dimensions, you guys would never fucking move in Stormhaven.
That's true.
You just
Granted, though, we do have dragons after us on this one, and made some zombies?
Zombombs. The zombombs.
Bombies.
Bombies.
So that did take a little bit, and everyone had to
It
rest,
did.
But
and we also had Malak make his exit. Alex, I don't know if you got to hear it yet, but it was glorious. You died in a spectacular manner.
Yeah.
And then Bjork, he's just gone, but no one knows. And I think that's the best part.
Henry.
Except Henry, yep.
I think it's the best part, honestly.
Maybe.
And, I have a theory that
Henry knows
Henry's
you're
not
no
gonna
longer
tell us.
in his head.
Yeah.
He just doesn't know what happened to you.
Hey, Curtis, this is a time where I can say, I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Hey, yo!
Hey,
That's amazing.
Me and Brandon have had talks that I don't know have been disclosed.
Brandon's gonna be
I have
mad
not
at you
disclosed
guys.
anything.
I don't friend you.
I don't even know she's still my friend yet.
Mom, I need an adult.
Oh, she did accept my friend request, guys.
Hey, hold on. There's a turtle crossing the road.
Ooh, turtle.
Oh,
hey, let me be the first to say, every time I've seen a turtle crossing the road, I've saved it.
Turtle crossing. Why is that plumber stepping on that turtle?
Well,
This is the guy that beat you up, right?
I saved it from him too.
So one of my all-time favorite things that kind of happened was when you guys started calling Lucas Malak.
Yeah.
So I haven't actually really talked to anybody about this yet. Shy and I were going to be ordering a turtle costume for him for Halloween.
Oh, shut up.
And I'm still going to order that.
That's awesome.
But he's gonna get to be a little Smolak for Halloween, I think, this year.
That's awesome.
Dude, let me, man, for the sake of D&D, let me order that for you. I would love to send that to you before Halloween.
Like,
I'd love that.
we'll all
Yeah,
pitch
for
in on a
real.
turtle costume.
For
He
real.
can just
I
run
want
around and
pictures
be
of it.
turtle.
Yeah.
Smolak.
Look, I'm
Yeah.
down for making it a little bit bigger, so that way he grows up, he can still wear the small lot
Oh
costume.
yeah. I think every year
Yes.
we'll just repurchase a size bigger. And on his 18th birthday, we get him a full adult sized one.
He will forever
Sorry
be
for your
Smolak.
graduation, but you know.
Fun fact, Anthony and I a few years ago dressed up as Jay and Silent Bob for
Yeah.
Halloween. And Shy, Brittany, her sister Tessa, and their aunt Nay all dressed up as Ninja Turtles.
That's awesome.
I love
And
it.
when we were going through some of that stuff at the house, and I was kind of trying to just swing by and grab a few things. I didn't even know Shy still had it. Brittany pointed up in the corner of the closet, and I seen Shy's turtle costume. I just seen a turtle shell. And I mean, the fans who have been watching with us, or even if somebody's just poked in for a minute, if you get an attachment to a character,
Yeah.
even when we're ready to let them go, as far as we want to start playing a new character, there's still, I mean, at least for me, I don't know about you guys, I had a little bit of a grieving process when I had to let go of Malak.
Yeah.
Honestly,
dude,
I
she-
grieve every time I get a message from one of you guys.
Me and Brandon haven't talked about it, but Bjork's not even dead, and I'm still. It's a, you know, how do I bring on the next character? How do I,
Yeah.
you know?
I have attachment issues, so I can't let
that epiphany
Nylar
one
go.
day, and I was like, ooh, I could just kill myself and then like use myself.
So,
as, like,
Yeah, Henry
Anthony's-
literally carried on his last character for like what, like 2
he's
months.
not gonna let Traka go.
Yeah.
Traka's the only zombie
Chaka's still
left.
there. I will say Anthony's hit me really hard because
Yeah.
he had such an attachment to Traka. Like in my mind, I still consider Anthony Traka. Like I'll catch
Yeah.
myself
Yeah.
saying that because he had such an emotional attachment, and then go from Traka to freaking Henry.
Yeah.
Like a
I
flip.
feel like that's everybody's like bitterness towards Henry. It's like, listen,
Because
bro,
he's not
you're
Traka.
Traka.
Like,
Yeah.
you
Like,
are not the charismatic
not
son of a
Traka.
bitch
Like,
that
what the
Traka
fuck?
was, and
Yeah.
we do not appreciate this.
He is.
He went from true neutral to chaotic neutral
Oh
in a
my
heartbeat.
god!
I
It
just want
was.
to
there's any
butt chug
neutral in
beers
there,
with
it's
my
chaotic
buddy,
as fuck.
okay?
I think it's the biggest
would've
thing.
asked.
Like
Huh?
Henry is the polar opposite of Traka.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's why it works, right?
and that's amazing. The fact that you have original Traka in tow as a zombie of your new character, and the fact that you wanted to. So here's what got me when you first sent me the message. You're like, I want to kill off Traka. I was like, okay. So then in my head, I was thinking about, all right, well, we're at this point, so we could start doing this. In fact, and I was like, all right, I got a way to do this. Not a big problem. And then he's like, no, here's how I want to do it. And I read it, and I'm like, yes,
Fucking ingenious.
abso-fucking-lutely. And it
Miss
just played out
Traka.
so fucking well.
And I even like baffled you guys' investigation into trying to figure
Yeah.
out if I killed Traka or not. And like when you guys actually got me to say it out loud after I told Sharkbait in another language that I fucking killed Traka, yeah, I was like, yeah, I did. He killed my dad. Like, you guys are like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You know the funniest fucking part about all of that is that I had to miss like 2 weeks
Mm-hmm.
of the investigation. So I was like,
Yeah.
listen, like I'm just gonna call this motherfucker out.
Yeah, you
Like
did
first
too.
10 minutes in. First 10 minutes in, I'm gonna call him out. And I didn't expect the reaction. As soon as I was like, hey, why'd you kill Traka? You're like, oh, well, it was because, he killed my fucking dad.
And then,
It's like, oh,
but here's the thing: is
investigation gone.
when he said that to you, that triggered your history. And
Yeah.
then you immediately flipped a switch. Like, totally different fucking Bjork. Like,
Yeah,
No,
definitely
it was a
not
second
there.
after
Never
Oh,
that.
yeah.
was Tronka.
Yeah. No, if you listen to the episodes to who Bjork was as to who he is now, that was the conversation.
yeah. Well, there are still things planned with Bjork. He is, well, he's not gone according to everyone else but Henry. But right now, everyone thinks that Bjork is still there, and he will continue being there until something happens. Kind of a side project Curtis and I are hoping to work on soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, and Alex, I know Anthony kind of brought this up earlier with your character Shannon in the pirate campaign. Very much modeled off of your wife. And it was so funny because as soon as you, like, I didn't even notice like the name, like Shy and Shannon.
They fucked it up on a fishing license. They put Shannon instead of
Are
Cheyenne.
you serious? Oh, I didn't know that was it.
So there's a little story behind that. So my mom, every Easter since Shy and I have been together, so pretty much since I moved up here, she'd get us our fishing license, or my mom's really big on holidays and really likes to do that kind of stuff. And so my mom went and got at our local like gas station that sells the fishing licenses. Went in and was, oh yeah, I need to get fishing licenses for my son and my daughter-in-law, and I want to do something nice because my son really wants to take my daughter-in-law out fishing. And so we wait, and we finally on Easter Day, she's we're going through our baskets and everything, and she's like, oh, and I got you guys' fishing licenses. And Shy looked down at hers and she went, Mama, and held up her card. And I have it somewhere, and I actually need to really find it because it's one of my most happy memories with her, because of just how sweetly she was like, they misspelled my name. And they spelt it just like Shannon spelt in the campaign. It's SCHINNEN.
That is so funny.
Oh, that's awesome.
Also proves fishing licenses are a joke, but that's funny.
That's so cool, dude.
She,
and it's so cool that we've gone on months.
Yeah, we didn't know that. I had no idea.
Before I was having a real hard time playing Monteith. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It was really hard to have that kind of shenanigans with him and go from the shenanigans with Monteith to being so serious with Malak all the time, and having to try to maintain that balance between this character who's super responsible, super, just very careful of everything.
Malak had his moments. Remember when you wanted a fucking bionic arm? Come on. You purposefully broke your arm so you could get a fake one.
Yeah.
I will forever have
that was very
Malak on my arm.
We were the brightest group. Just that we were a group.
I didn't know how much a bionic arm was going to cost me.
Yeah.
Both physically and metaphorically. But Malak definitely had his own little quirks that I feel like you could almost kind of expect from a guy who was just out wandering the woods for years.
Oh, 100%.
I kind of feel like he had a fascination with like anything that was mechanical or anything like that, because out in the woods you're not going to see a whole lot of that kind of stuff. And I kind of feel
he went from being a hermit to being Nylar's puppet.
Yeah.
Sometimes Nylar can still sense the smell of Malak.
Yeah, he just gets a whiff.
He shudders a little.
But so
I almost died.
with Shannon, so that's where the name comes from. I've pulled from a couple different sources as kind of idealisms for her. It's 100% personality wise. It's 100% what my wife was. She was a very shy person. She was very She had an amazing sense of humor. She loved every bit of, just sleeping all the time. I know a lot when you guys kind of try to come to me on Sundays and, oh, well, what's Shannon doing? Well, she's sleeping right now.
Yeah.
She's just kind of chilling there. And I know for my anime watchers in the group, if you know where the floating pillow comes from, you're a real OG in my book.
Yeah,
deep into my cerebral for that.
Let Shannon just float around and sleep all the time, but I think we're just gonna have her ascend and campaign and sparkle away.
Yeah, and I know Anthony, you mentioned the Sunday campaign being gone.
I'll be off for a little while, and I think I'm just gonna
I'm not putting you
on it so we
on
can.
the spot with anything. I think if anything, what this has taught all of us is that there is a grievance period. There is time to separate, kind of free time with realization, right? Time to reflect and time to think. So we've kind of put a hold on everything entirely until we come back, until everybody's ready as a collective. I don't want to come back and have 3 people in, which that's what we did before.
Yeah.
But I don't want to come back in with 3 people and the 4th or the 5th is just not ready. So I don't want you to feel like you have to ditch, Sunday's campaign. I want you to feel like you're on a hiatus. You're doing what you need to do. If you make that decision in the future, that's entirely yours. That's not ours.
I'm gonna think about it a lot throughout.
Yeah, for
the
real.
time frame I gave and really see if I want to, but
ultimately, though, whatever decision you make, we're all 100% behind you.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, there'd always be the option too of if somebody else wanted to take over, I can just send you my notes and you can take over.
That could be another.
I can send you the map. I can send you the cards and stuff I have, and you could just take over, and I'd be perfectly okay with that.
Dude, even as far as that goes, if you want one last big fucking hurrah, turn the orcs against us, kill us fucking all off.
Yeah.
And we'll do something else on them.
That could be epic.
Dimension. I gotta build a 3rd fucking world now.
Well, there's because there's the desert land that we went into.
Just know that I'm gonna throw more at you.
Yeah.
If you
I ain't giving you fuckers any more magic. That's not fucking happening anymore.
I still have cards. It's like, how did you guys go from a fucking pirates to interdimensional pirates?
How do I have?
I fuck around with a deck called of many things.
We fuck around and find out.
Find out.
They're like,
I tested at the earliest
we definitely got
convenience.
ourselves into. Let's use this bullshit deck of magic cards to get ourselves out of it and see where we end up.
Hey,
it fucking worked.
Who offered it?
We have
got our
secretly
friend kidnapped and killed. We've gotten a duck. There's still a bone devil chasing Troll.
we have unknowingly created a new arc.
The Bone Devil's not my problem.
Hey,
we have
man,
a genie.
I'm not gonna say
that lost his powers
free because he was wished to be free by
Now,
with the last wish that you guys had.
Actually, I'm gonna hold off on this question when we're actually playing, but the fact that he's free, he's still powerful, right? He's not tied.
Yeah, but we just gave him 3 wish spells as
right.
Because
I freed him from his chains of the genie.
Yeah, so
I didn't free him from being stuck to me. He's
let me
bound.
say, and I was super excited. I actually said it in stream. Thank God he wasn't Jafar.
Oh, I know.
Right.
Because I pictured as soon as that moment happened, he was like, "Ho ho ho ho!"
I'm like, this is where we die.
I'm all powerful. It's like, well, we're fucked now.
Yeah.
And we're dead.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh man.
Turned out to be more like. Robin
However,
Williams'
Anthony,
GM.
dude, as far as a DM goes, I know you have so much shit written. This guy and Brandon, not to discredit you whatsoever, but Anthony, dude, I've seen like the map building.
Oh
I've
yeah.
seen the dungeon making. I've seen you come up with NPCs that are just unrivaled. However, it is 100% your decision to do what you want to do with your campaign.
Yeah.
If you continue, we're all behind you.
Yeah.
And you
Listen,
know that. If
I
you
think
want
about
to
that
get
too.
rid of it, we're all behind you 100%.
Like there is nobody. I mean, nobody that could take over that campaign
No.
for Sunday. I mean, you are unmatched as a DM when it comes to that kind of shit. So
I
it would
agree.
not be the same if I decided to take over or Curtis.
I at
It
least
just-
want to get through it, so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I'm
push
invested
the
in the
envelope
story.
and plot wall the shit the fuck out of
Yeah.
you guys and make
And
it.
I agree.
Honestly, I think we're gonna have to do that, like, not just with Stormhaven, but Eldruma too, because we go on a lot of tangents. And let's be honest, guys. My 13 no, what was it?
6
20
months.
I had
Uh,
23.
Brandon, when
26
me and you
weeks.
talked,
I had
before
23
Laugh Out
chapters
Lore-
written.
before Laugh Out Lore was a thing, when me and you talked about playing D&D,
Yeah.
you said a 6-month campaign
Yeah. Every week. So that would
to
be
finish.
26
To
weeks.
finish.
So I
26
made
weeks.
I made 23 chapters. I'm like, oh, we won't get so distracted. 23 will be great. It'll fill out the whole
Right?
place.
I don't even know if
I-
we're to
I
chapter
think-
3 yet.
You are in chapter 5, right? No, actually, you're in the beginning of chapter 6.
I
And
think
this
if I
is
remember
after, like,
correctly, when we
70
first
some weeks.
Yeah.
I remember. I think
Like,
when we first
Jesus.
started this Eldruma, we had this one part where I
We
would
had
say
to
probably
walk
about
for 20
three or four episodes in, where Brandon we did something, and Brandon's like, "Well, there goes 2 months of the fucking campaign."
Yeah.
The rat.
Like you
the
cut,
rat.
like
the
That
rat
was
guy.
the rat,
That was,
Yeah.
the rat
Because
guy.
Bjork pissed him
Yeah.
off.
No, it wasn't me. Okay,
It's
Yes,
like,
it
there goes
was.
that
me.
fucking
No,
campaign.
It
he
wasn't me
foiled
that
his rat
derailed
guy
the
plans,
campaign.
and
Yeah.
he was
Like,
like,
You guys ended up killing the big bad before he could be introduced as the big bad. Like, you guys were just
All right,
like,
that
oh,
was-
I
I took
don't
his
like
head.
this dude. Yeah. So I was like, there goes an
Well.
entire chapter. Like, an entire fucking chapter gone in 2 seconds. And I was like, chapter 3. And then I was like, oh, this is a good pace. This is going to be awesome.
Psych.
And
And then plot walls. Plot walls are going up. Plot walls are
Derail.
going up.
So
Hey,
what you're trying to
God,
say is you're
there
wanting to
is
build a
adventurers.
campaign where we actually stay on course.
definitely had to go spend 3 episodes in that smoke shack.
Oh, I know.
hey,
Hey,
if,
Bjork was
if
trying
you
to get
guys-
some.
Some old lady.
yeah.
And we had to
Some of
let
that
that
old
lady
lady.
die so we could bring her back to life and talk to Vin Diesel forever.
Is Raheem dead?
If you
Raheem
thought
is
Bjork was bad,
No.
no, he's not dead. He's just
no,
kind of
Raheem's
chilling.
still chilling.
no, I said if you thought he was bad,
Now, I will
Just
say,
just wait. He
just
says.
wait.
That Bjork
Just
got
wait.
knocked out with a rock to the head from that old man's perfect nat 20 throw.
yeah, that's true.
Oh.
I forgot about that.
Good times.
Yeah.
I did forget about that. I think
Yeah,
my
that
most
was
memorable moment on early stages, like pre chapter 3. No. It was right about the shack. Sharkbait started smoking what's in the smoke shack, and he could not save at all. Like every roll was way under.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then you guys, okay, let's just say
They
this.
netted him.
You guys have, your characters have grown without me realizing it until now. Because we went from Nylar ass fisting everything, right? To,
Rocka making Sharkbait sleep in a net in trees every
yes,
night.
exactly.
So he wouldn't fly away.
And
All
then
right, let me tell one really solid story.
the Steven story. I'm waiting.
No, more than that.
I need to know what happened in that room.
So Brandon right now is talking about one of the most memorable early campaign stories, right? To Bjork, and this is going like into his mindset. one of my most memorable moments was we had pulled off the road with the caravan, and there was a little fishing pond. And Bjork was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go fish in the fishing pond." Brandon's like, "Okay." And I cast, and it was a fucking wonderful roll. And he's like, "There's nothing there."
Yeah, yeah, because it was like basically a puddle.
Yeah, he's like, "There's nothing there." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna fucking cast again." Like, hey, fuck you. I had a good roll. I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah.
I cast again. I got nothing. Next thing I know, Malak's walking up behind me.
That's
And
right.
he's like, yeah, he's like, "Hey, bro." He's like, "What are you fishing for?" I'm like, "Oh, dude, I'm catching all sorts of shit." And he's like, "Well, listen, like I can swim, I can
Yeah.
swim. Let me just swim out there and get those fish." And Bjork's like putting his tackle away.
Yeah, he's
And
like, "Oh, no, I'm done."
he's like, "Yeah, bro, you go out there and you get those fucking fish." And I sent him out in this fucking little pond.
Yeah.
And just walked off back to camp.
Yeah. And there was no fish. There was still no fish.
Yeah, left him swimming. Yeah.
I remember that because he was like, "Yeah, I could just grab him with my mouth and bring it up to you."
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, dude, get out there and do
Well,
it, man."
One of my favorite
Well,
moments is. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I say when I stabbed old Bruce or whatever the janitor's name is because he wanted to become a salty old bastard. So I just, Sean, oh fuck.
Yeah, and now he really is a salty old bastard.
He's salty.
Like I was just trying to scratch him a little, and I straight up killed the dude, and he just falls over on the ground. We're like, oh fucking, oh my god!
He was just fucking.
He's only got 1 HP, dude.
Yeah. Like he was like legit NPC, no stats given. And then you guys are like, you brought him with you to the fucking temple, right, where all the drow were.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
That dude is gonna die.
We did that whole fucking fight and just completely forgot about him. Just lost track. So afterward, it's like, oh, well, he's got to just be like hiding back here somewhere, right?
Well, that's the thing is, so I don't know if I can't remember if I explained it through his eyes or not, but like as he was hiding in this temple of a forgotten god, because it was not an active temple, it was used for ceremonies. So it was not linked to a specific god. It was just used as a temple. But this deity heard his cries, being the first person to pray to him in eons, and it awoken to his power enough to give him just enough power to become his cleric. So he transformed in the actual pew because he was praying so hard it finally reached the god's ear. And
see, we never touched on that.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh shit, like, damn, son. Like, who's this guy?
Yeah. So he became a salty old bastard after the initiation stab.
Right. Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Initiation stabs are a canonical thing.
It is.
Like, Shank, welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Shank.
Yeah.
No. We're blood brothers now.
I still think my favorite one is when I decided to slide into Malak's ass.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm gonna clench as hard as I can. And he's running around with this fucking gnome barbarian.
And he rolled really well for the clinch.
Rolled really well.
So he was just stuck and your legs were just kicking out his ass.
If I recall, that was the fucking only thing I rolled well on was the clench.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm sitting here fucking flailing around. You're like, yeah.
And the funniest part is you tried doing that to Bjork before, and I failed my roll on the clinch.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just this, I never forget that. It's just like, all right, Nylar, you need to roll to make sure you don't break your fucking arms.
Yeah. Because that was a rough transition, literally.
Hell yeah.
My favorite moment still is Malak and the horse and the conversation that went between those two.
I need
some of that sugar.
I want to go back to that episode and re-listen, and then I would actually like to have an interview with the horse Like, have
Oh,
one
what
of you
if?
guys write some questions. You'll be the host,
Do it.
and I will RP the fucking horse.
I am.
Should we
I'm
do it?
down
Can
for
we do
it.
it from the perspective that it's Malak's afterlife and he's being tormented by his worst fucking moments, and he has to interview the
Giant
horse?
horse cock weighs 11
Oh
pounds.
my god, yes.
Yes.
And
Oh my
Malak
god,
the whole
yes.
time is just gonna have the
It's
most
just you standing at the
disgruntled
pearly
fucking face.
gates.
And the horse in front of you, he's like, how the fuck did I die?
Yeah. Yeah.
Malak sitting there fucking just with the most disgusted face, just going, can't believe they fucking got me to do this.
That is going to happen now.
Oh my god, I can
It's just
imagine that.
we're gonna have an after show of just the after party. Everybody just like
You know,
so.
That's actually something I wanted to do with Life Outlaw. Before,
Yeah, we
actually
talked
before we
about
can
that
open up
many
the second
times.
one.
D&D with B&D, but we
Yeah.
never got B&D to hook up. And
Yeah. Good luck.
Hey,
Good
Kelsey,
luck.
if you're still listening, are you down to do an interview?
I'm serious. I think that would be really cool. And I think we even had a name for it. What was it?
It was D&D with B&B.
Well, no, the newspaper they worked for. 'Cause I had it all planned out. Like they were going to be, or the not news station, talk show's name, and like we had the episode name, but they would be
you
in
have
character.
to like scroll all the way back to the beginning of chat for that.
I think it was
I was
like
gonna
the
say, I
star.
remember, dude. I remember those conversations.
It was something to do with a starfall, but I don't know. That I think it'd still be cool.
You could probably
To be
listen to
fair-
like session 4,
Yeah.
and it would spark it. Yeah, yeah. It was early.
If you had to go clear back through the chat, man, there's at least 100 messages a day
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
on
yeah.
a
That
slow
would
day.
take so long.
Yeah. No,
So,
I told
mean, you're
myself,
talking-
so I set a goal. So when we started streaming was 2021, right? At the very beginning.
Yep.
And I set a 10-year goal. And I told myself in the year 2031, I'm going to go back and listen to Eldruma from start to finish, because you're talking
Hey.
hundreds.
It might
of
take that
hours.
long to finish it.
It might. It might. And that was my whole 10-year thing, is like, even if this shit takes 7 fucking years.
Well, there are campaigns that are life campaigns. They're like lifelong campaigns.
Yeah. I found a couple.
This
here
one's a
on
life
Twitch.
campaign. Brandon just doesn't know it yet.
Yeah, I know.
He told me
You're never allowed to
We'll
leave.
get to the end and then we'll be like, hey guys, remember that wolf side quest in
No, we
episode
never
1?
did.
We're going to have to go back and do that. And then we'll
Yeah,
come
I
back
forgot
here
all
and
about
try
that
this again.
quest.
Yeah.
Now, I
No
was
way.
talking to, before we started Laugh Out Loud, I was talking to Joe in his driveway one day. And he was like, well, how long is this D&D
Oh, I
thing going
know.
to go on? 'Cause,
Yeah.
like I'd love to do some kind of a talk show or something. And I was like, yeah, dude, like as soon as it's over, like Brandon said a 6-month campaign. In 6 months, let's talk about that. It's like, here we
There you
are,
are a
like,
year later.
10 years later.
You're like, yeah,
not
it's been
even a
6 months
year,
3
what, like
times, but you're going to have to wait
16
another 6
months later?
months.
I know, and it's like at this point, it's like, well, I don't know, dude. We're a fucking year and a half in, and we just saw dragons in
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons.
You haven't even seen the
There's
dungeon
plenty of
part.
dungeons, but no
We
dragons.
just realized
Plenty
that
of
we have
dungeons, no
magic
dragons.
powers.
Do you guys want to know what the real secret of Eldruma is? It's never
Yes.
It is
It's never
forever.
gonna end.
Yeah.
This
You
is
can,
the
you
It's
can
a
breathe
fucking-
parts.
Get out of my
No,
head. Get out of my head,
no.
Nate.
No, listen, the secret of Eldruma. I
Love you,
figured
Brian.
this out like a year ago, right?
Oh,
Listen,
You think so?
we're going through a dungeon. Yeah, no, I'm not kidding.
Okay.
We're going to be going through a dungeon, and there's going to be a cave painting on a wall of a dick, and that is the secret of Eldruma.
This is a secret that never ends. It goes on and on. Campaign.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
I'm sorry,
That
but
is the
that's the
secret.
only way this campaign can
it's
end.
gonna be
now.
it's gonna be a dick. It's gonna be, and when you look at it, it's gonna start doing this.
No. None of this should be a dick. There's going to be the horse that comes out at the end. Oh, you have figured out the secrets.
They're-
You found the
I'm
sugar.
here.
Brought me that sugar.
My new character is actually a master librarian, and I'm going to derail the campaign until we get to that point.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Have enough points to plot all the shit out of you, so we
Oh,
can.
yeah.
Yo,
I guess I need to set those points up too.
Real talk though, I definitely think we should do something like that where if somebody gets up enough points, they can either throw down a plot wall or throw down some plot armor on a character that may not seem important.
Oh, I like. Yeah, go back. Let's go back
Yeah.
to the plot armor because you kind of mentioned it. If we went down the tunnel, but then you never really
So-
explained what a plot armor is.
So the whole idea behind the plot armor is, I mean, that night I was going to explain it a little differently than what it actually is. So right, when you think of a plot armor, you think of like an NPC that just like is like so important that they can't be killed. So you want to give them the most like
Give him a Chewie. It's dangerous to go solo.
right. So
There you go.
the character you guys would have ran into that night on Christmas Eve was actually going to be a giant cat.
Cheshire cat.
But it was going to be this gnarled old grizzled cat that
nope.
The opposite of Clifford.
Kind of didn't have any arms or legs and just floated around.
Oh, I was going to say
like the
McGonagall,
Cheshire cat.
Kinda, but without the whole mysterious. He was going to seem more like a crackhead than he was going to
the
be.
Cheshire cat without the acid, right?
He said it was going to be a typical Indiana cat.
Methed out.
It's not methed out cat.
That's methed up, man.
So basically, what was going to happen is anytime that you guys were like trying to hit it, it would have had a force field, or I would have said something along the lines of, try as you might and swing as hard as you can, your weapon bounces off, the cat is not amused.
Well, no, every time you hit the cat, a dialogue pops up that just says 0 HP.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
have you guys ever, I'm sure you guys have, this is old as shit now, but The Legend of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, there's a character in one of the houses in the first villages that you go to that just says, I am error. ERROR, and I've never looked into it to see if it was a programming glitch or a translation error. But that was pretty much the gist of it. It was just a character that was there for information that
Yeah.
So then that way somebody can be like, well, I'm gonna roll and then I get a nat 20 to pickpocket him. Even if you'd have nat 20, you'd have found pieces of his litter box. Like I really did. I was trying to cover as many possible scenarios as I could in my head before. So like, for example, Chris trying to run off. I knew that was going to happen. Plop
Damn it. Bonk.
Santa Seagal being what he was.
That's still funny.
Santa Seagal, bro. That's great.
Fucking, there was gonna actually be a attack if you guys would have gone through that you guys would all had to duck, and it was the helicopter.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
It was what you guys were supposed to fly out on.
Who do we lose? Nate.
It's really Bjork's dick.
Yeah, I was gonna tie a rope off of an orc and have him fly you guys away.
That is hilarious.
My backpack.
All right, gentlemen, but I'm gonna have to mob off. I got to work here in a few hours.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I do too, unfortunately.
Yeah, good.
So
Been a blast,
on this
guys,
note,
I do got a busy day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's give everything to a wrap. Man, guys, dude, it's been a great conversation. I feel like I learned so much about a person that I cared so much for and never actually got to meet her in person. So I'd like to send all of this off with one more moment of silence. She's on the right side of the screen right now. Brandon just threw up the drawing that he did that is fucking exceptional. So for Pickle, for Shy, let's just take a moment here. And again, another word to everybody. If you're not in the Discord, get into it. This is unfortunately the first of, I hope to be many broadcasts that we do. That's just kind of a mental strength, mental network, um, a reaching out, showing that there is a community, there is a network of people that you can talk to in times of need. I'd like to express all of our love for Alex and Shy and their family. And man, brother, dude, if there's anything you need, man, let us know.
Thank you, brother.
And that goes for
I
you
want to
guys.
thank.
You know, Anthony
I want to
and
thank all
too.
you guys for tonight. It was really nice to just be able to sit and talk here about her with people that cared about her, and it was really nice to even just be able to not think about it for a little bit and just talk
I agree,
about
brother.
you know, all the good times that we've had playing D&D together. And it really, I want to really reiterate to everybody again, because it has become such an important lesson right now. Love everybody and hold them close,
Yeah.
because you
Thank
never
you.
know when your last time seeing them might be.
We live on borrowed
Yeah.
time.
Every day.
So don't let anyone not know that you love them.
Absolutely. That's something that this has shown me through all of this, and even through all the shit that I've been through. You guys have been a huge support, and so I just want to say thank you to you guys. Like I said earlier, I've known Brandon a good portion of my life, and so he brought me in. You guys have become family to me, and you know, I was talking to him earlier in the week, and I said, man, if we could just drive out there, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
But I know that unfortunately we don't have the just get up and go. But you know, we would if we could. We could if we would. That words are hard.
Words are hard.
Sometimes, but,
Yeah.
I propose that once every maybe couple months we hop on and just do this, just sit and chat,
Yeah.
check in with each other,
Yeah,
and
I agree.
just you know, hang out.
I
Yeah.
agree. Live on stream
I think-
too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's what I mean.
If
Just
there's people in chat
go
that
live
want to
and
get in,
Oh yeah.
you know,
I think
Yeah,
we'll
let
do
us
that
know.
too. Is we may open it up
Let
to
us
our
know.
Twitch chat. I can
Mhm.
post the Zoom link into the chat so you guys
Yep.
can come in and talk to us. And
Yep.
just shoot
Yeah,
the
that'd be
shit.
fantastic.
If you want to vent, you can. You don't have to use cameras. Just come in and talk to us.
right. I've got a really good friend, and on his Discord he has, it's a mental health week check-in, where every Tuesday afternoon, whoever wants to come in comes in. It's not always men, but it was started kind of along the lines of the 22 push-up movement.
Oh yeah.
So it was kind of started along the lines of like a soldier check. It became like a men's health
Yeah.
network. Over the time, people's wives have stopped in. So you
And
know,
that's what we mean too. Like
yeah, I propose
on those nights, like have your wives, have, if you're comfortable, your kids hang out. I mean, we can tone
agree.
it down. We can tone it down for kids. I mean, we know
Yeah.
how. It's
Some of us.
you know,
The majority of us here do have
some of
kids.
us,
Speak for yourself.
some of us. But yeah, speak for myself. I mean,
But
Everyone
Brandon
except
knows I
for
can.
Greg.
Brandon knows I can tone it down if I have to.
But we don't have to just limit it to our
It doesn't have to be a specific day. The thing that I'm proposing is an
Yeah.
actual channel in the Discord.
Yeah.
with a
I
text
have
channel
one on
and
my
a voice
Discord
channel.
called "Are You Okay, Guilty?" and it's literally just for venting and mental health check-ins or stress, or you just go type it out, let it sit there. If you want help, ask for it. That's what that channel's always been on mine for. My
Anthony,
proposition.
if you have a second, could you actually put that in the chat so we have that saved on the VOD? If you have a link to your Discord.
The VOD does not call or does not bring in comments.
Oh, I thought it saved chat.
Well, it can, but like most people watch us on YouTube after, because
I know
Facebook.
this really cool guy who runs the Laugh Out Lore Discord, and if I ask him really nicely, he'll add an "Are You Okay, Guilty?" channel.
Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want my Discord in the chat.
Right. So, all right. So, moving on. Let's put a link to Anthony's Discord and ours in the general chat, right? And let's actually start a link in ours, both a text and a video link. And to everybody out there, if you see somebody sitting in that video or audio call link, do them a favor and just answer that. Whether you guys talk or you just sit together in silence.
Right.
I know that would mean a lot to me. I know it would mean a lot to anybody actually in the Discord.
Right. I will do that. I'll find the link and get it up. I don't have it right now. I'm on my.
For sure. Yeah, whenever you get time, man, just send that to the general chat. I want multiple outlets.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Very different. Any problems anyone has, I can be a listening ear. I'll try and help, but I don't generally have the best words to advise you.
Like I told you a few days ago, man, I will sit with you down in the dark, in silence. Not talk, not explain anything, not ask questions.
Sometimes you just need to talk out loud.
Literally seeing the other name pop up in the chat is powerful.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Some of us have an early day, so we're gonna hop off. Alex, Brittany, Anthony, Emilio, Drake, you guys are in our thoughts and prayers. We love you. We love you all. If you ever need anything, just let us know. We love you guys.
Do not hesitate.
Love you guys.
Thank you.
Love you
And
guys.
I want to throw out,
Love you
Alex,
guys.
while you're here, I want to throw out one more time, man. Get that fund together.
Yeah.
Man, seriously.
We'll be sharing that in Discord.
We'll be sharing that in the Discord.
and on
We're
our
going to share it in the title. We're going to create a timer for that, and I'll share it myself in my personal channel.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Thank you guys for everything.
With that, as always, be kind to each other. Do something nice for someone tomorrow. Love each other, but most importantly, love yourselves. Have a good night, and fuck cancer.
Fuck cancer.
Fuck cancer.
It's